Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, it's the wonders of technology.
It's funny, Randy is so high-end intelligent at the things that he knows.
Yeah.
But if it's something to do with business or any kind of this kind, it's got to have to do with like directly the music,
Oh, of
or
course.
art, because he's an extreme good artist also.
Oh yeah, yeah. I've seen Randy's art before. I think I've seen it on his website or whatnot. I believe if you
Yeah,
displayed it on there
and
before.
soon you'll see some more. We something else we could talk about, because he's creating a comic book right now.
Oh no, is it like a Jimi Hendrix comic book, or is it something
No,
totally different?
it's a comic book. He's such a great drawer, so it's really it's a comic book, all of true stories from his life,
Okay, okay.
and there's just interesting shit from the night of the opening of Apocalypse Now to that's the first issue is going to be
Actually,
the opening night of Apocalypse Now.
I actually bought that on Blu-ray or 4K because they released a 4K version of that movie, Apocalypse Now, and I heard all the music and everything. It was pretty amazing. It was a
Isn't
long
that
movie
cool?
too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and what a lucky thing that was for Randy to get involved in that movie, because it was such a big movie. It was also that enough years ago that in today's world, Randy wouldn't get to own the 17 minutes that he did in that movie.
Yeah.
We just did a movie, the next Mark Wahlberg movie.
Oh,
and
okay.
we have a song in it.
Oh, wow.
And but there ain't no owning it anymore. Okay, it paid really well.
Yeah.
But it paid really well one time.
Yeah.
Okay. Apocalypse Now, Randy still gets quarterly checks for Apocalypse Now that are still in the thousands.
Jeez.
Because that movie was so big, and they keep re-releasing it in country after country after country, and it's just one of the biggest movies ever. And again, that was back in the day where Randy was able to own the 17 minutes he put it in there.
Yeah.
So it made all the difference in the world. Over the years, I can't tell you how much money he's made off that movie. Which makes me think, God, what did they make off that movie?
Well, that's one of the reasons why I bought the 4K or the movie, because I've never seen it, first of all, and then second of all, I just I have a home theater in my house, so it's like I could tell what parts were his. I could tell when the crazy music was playing, or that when the war stuff was happening or whatever. It really made you think. It was really, I really liked it. It was very, very good. So no, I'm honored to have him back and to talk to you for the first time. That's gonna be a treat as well. Because
it'd be fun.
I know your history. You have a long history with Randy HANSEN, so it's pretty awesome.
Since 1984, I've been.
I think I saw some videos of you guys smoking pot together. Back in the day.
And we still do. You know what the big difference is? It's legal now.
Oh yeah. Back in the day, everyone was doing it because they were trying to be rebellious and they didn't care. But now it's like they still don't care, and it's fine now.
After it was legal here a couple of years ago, I got arrested for smoking and driving a joint in Germany.
Wow.
It's legal at home, and then I go over there and get in trouble.
Oh, geez. That's awesome. But anyway, yeah, this is pretty much how it is. You just click on the link, and everybody will have the same link. So I can share the same link with him, or you can share the same link with him, but it'll be different from the one that I sent you just now. So because every new session has its own link. So that's just something to take in.
We'll just do the same thing. We'll come on and I'll join the one that you send to me or whatever.
Yep.
I don't even remember what I did, but it worked.
Yeah. And then your last name, how do I pronounce it? Is it Fillo? Okay, because I want to make
everyone
sure I get
in the United States says Philo, and everyone in Europe says Fillo.
Okay,
so
we'll go Europe. We'll go European style. I did actually watch a documentary.
It's why my company name is what it is, because my company name is my name, Fillo K. Productions. Well, I got an airplane ticket one time, and it said Fillo K, and I said it to myself as feel okay.
Feel okay. Yeah.
So my company is Feel Okay Productions. It's my name, but it also says Feel Okay.
So when the world goes to shit, we still feel okay.
We just feel okay. Okay. When it comes to the world going shit, I have another saying. God, it's good to be old.
Well, to a point. I'm glad I'm young, but we'll see what this crazy world still has to offer after a while, but probably not as much as it used to.
I hope the best,
Yeah.
I hope the best,
Oh,
But
absolutely.
man, it just keeps getting crazier, and who would ever come up with this one?
Yeah, no kidding.
But
No
I
kidding.
feel like we're starting to finally. We've done a couple of shows. We got a couple more coming up, and I've canceled this shit.
And you went all the way to Texas. You must have flew over there, obviously.
Yeah, we flew to Texas. We did that International Guitar Festival there.
Okay, and then I saw a video that Randy must have just did this weekend, maybe, or
yeah, Friday we played at this. We were hired to play last Friday by a private. It was going to be a private party. A guy. It was his 50th birthday party. Big Randy fan, and wanted us. So he rented this venue out.
Yeah.
Which is I had never been there, but unique thing about the venue he rented was there's this painting of me and Randy on the wall in there that some girl did. It's been in there for years, but I'd never been in there and seen it,
Yeah.
And so we were happy. We were going to play at this place where this painting hung, and then the day before we left for Texas, that guy had a seizure and ended up in the hospital and had to cancel the party because he was in the hospital.
Oh, wow.
He got out the day before, but he was in no condition to go to a birthday.
Sure. Yeah, I suppose the party probably
would be good. The venue, the sound man at that venue is a very good friend of mine. And all of a sudden, we get back from Texas Monday. I get a call. He says, "Hey, I know that guy had to cancel the party here, but well, we got an empty venue here Friday night. The owner said they'd be happy to pay you to whatever he was going to pay you to come play anyway."
That's crazy.
We said, "Fantastic, we're coming to play."
Yeah.
And so we went up there, and it ended up being the most. It's two musicians own the venue. They play. They rehearse. They have a rehearsal room downstairs. They love musicians. They care. The whole place was really about art and music, and not about just trying to make money.
Sure.
And the love that we received there, and the audience were all those kinds of folks too. It was my new favorite venue immediately,
Oh, absolutely.
And they love us to death, and we love them. So I go play there many more times.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Well, hey, this will be exciting, and I hope Randy's excited too. I mean, has he done much press lately at all, or at all for anything?
We do little interviews. Lately, we've been doing interviews in Japan.
Oh, well, I don't know Japanese.
I'm happy for. I got contacted by this one guy, and it's led to a couple others, and they're trying to get Randy. What I learned is that we released this a CD of Randy's music.
Yep, which I think I have is a
Fun Town.
Fun Town, yes, I have a copy of it.
Okay, so we released this Fun Town. We recorded. Randy's plays all the instruments. We did all the artwork and stuff, and we released it, and it's an underground hit in Japan.
Oh, wow.
So a guy called me to do an interview with Randy, and then that led to a couple of others. Now they're trying to open up the channels when COVID goes away to get us there on a tour, because he says we have so many underground. He said, and then he started going off on all Randy's albums that he has, and how, and we did, Randy's original album on Capitol was released in a Japanese version in Japan.
Okay.
So he had some initial fans from back then from that, and then these guys have just told me it's really Bill. He said he's really he's an underground legend in Japan.
I know there's a few of his albums on Spotify, like a couple early live stuff, and then did his latest album. So, but I have the physical copy of Funtown. I've listened to that a few times. It's very you have to really think. You have to really have an open mind when you listen to that album. Yeah, because there's a lot of crazy stuff happening at a fast pace. Well, not really fast pace, but like certain songs are kind of very trippy. Others,
it's an odd album because if he tells you the story, well, maybe I should just wait and let him tell you the story.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
sure
I've heard it before.
For him, he had a really bad flu.
Uh-huh.
And he had a bad flu for like 3 months, and he thought, I'm going to die.
Yeah.
And he thought, I got to put out something from me before I die. And he
Yeah.
wrote that album in that headspace.
Oh.
And he did it fast because he thought he was dying. And so that's
come to find out he wasn't dying.
That album is,
Oh.
it's something very unique,
I wish more people appreciate stuff like that here in the US because, that album should have been like in the Billboard charts and stuff, but nowhere to be found. It's all the top guys, Like I was telling you a while back ago, like what was it when I was trying to help book you guys for the Fargo Blues Fest? They wanted people that had a big following, but they have a lot of local acts from Fargo. They don't have a big following. They have probably less fans than freaking Randy has. Randy has more fans than most of these people, but yet nothing. They wouldn't help. They wouldn't help me.
Even when we just played in Dallas, I can't tell you. We had people that came from New York. We had people that came. We had several different fans that came from all over, mostly from the East Coast because we don't get out to the East very much. So whenever we're at least halfway there, they come.
Well, the people who do the booking at the festival in Fargo.
Where are you at?
I'm in northern Minnesota. So I'm about 2 hours from Grand Forks, 3 hours from Fargo, about 6 hours from Minneapolis, and probably like 20 minutes from the Canadian border. So yeah. So I'm right in the middle, right in the middle of Central America.
Well, I'm there's a guy in Chicago. Is that anywhere? Probably still pretty far. A guy in Chicago is trying to figure out how we can come play his venue. So he just contacted me. He was at the Dallas show.
Yeah.
And so I'm going to be talking with him. If I get that, maybe I'll try to. I've got a show in New York we're doing this summer. So if maybe I can find some things that link us to get us closer to you,
Well, I mean, if you ever do try like in Fargo or Grand Forks, because they're kind of opening it up. Other than the people that do the Blues Fest, there are like little venues and stuff where people play, where bands come all the time and play. I just don't know all the names of those venues. So if you ever decide you want to do a North Dakota tour, let me know and I'll try to see what I can do. And because they'll take big names, small names, they don't care.
Sure.
As long as somebody can play and it's not gonna be too expensive, but they've had expensive bands too, so money's not really a problem.
I honestly believe we're one of the best deals in rock and roll.
Oh, I think so too. I've listened to other Jimi Hendrix tribute artists, and nobody comes close, to Randy and all his experience. I mean, hell, even Sam Kinison loved the guy, and I just got done talking to Sam Kinison's brother for the second time on my show here. And just last week, and we did a video show and like this, and I mean, Sam loved Randy, so
absolutely.
So yeah, but I look forward to this.
That was my 15 minutes. That HBO special with Sam Kinison.
Yeah.
When that thing aired on HBO, it was the most famous I have ever been. Yes. Everywhere, I'd go to Starbucks and get a coffee, and then we go. That guy on Sam Kinison last night.
I mean, there was Starbucks back in the early 90s.
that was like, I think that was really recorded in 89 or 90.
Okay.
One of the two.
And I was just a little kid then, so I didn't know nothing about anything. I just, I'm 35 or 37 right now, so it's like, I'm experiencing things later in life, but my childhood was a little bit different. I didn't do any of that. I don't do drugs or anything like that or drink or whatever. Yeah. I'm just kind of your average nerd, I guess, but I love broadcasting. I love media, any chance I get. So I'm just grateful that people like you and
is your drug.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It always will be.
Junkie.
And
I know your type.
And not the type of media from like Fox or CNN. I'm just talking good media. Friendly media that makes you feel good, like back in the day when you listen to your local DJ.
Oh, you mean
and
real
he was your
media.
friend? Yeah.
You mean real media?
When your DJs were your friends and stuff, or when you could call them up and request a tune or whatever, and now you can't even do that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So
I remember those days, man.
I'm sure. I can't even get a freaking gig anywhere. It seems like because nobody wants friendly people anymore. They want corporate sellouts or whatever.
Controversial.
Yeah,
Controversial. You got to be
yeah.
controversial.
And
Fuck
I refuse to be that.
that.
I'll be controversial in other ways, but I refuse to be a corporate, ass
I'm
kisser.
with you, man.
Yeah.
That's one thing I really look up to Randy for, is that he'd never wanted to sell out. He's here to keep Jimmy's music and message alive. Number one. That's why he's on this planet, he believes.
Oh yeah.
And that's what we do.
And he's been doing a great job for all these years, and the fact that he's
Yeah.
still doing it after all these years. You
Still
figure he'd
doing it.
retire and everything, but no, can't retire from
Unbelievable.
music.
No, he'll never quit. I guarantee you.
And you've been his manager for how long? Since he started?
Since
or?
1984.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's
84. I
God, I'm
took
30,
over.
37, so that's what, 36 years about, or roughly about?
30. Yeah, he'll go 37.
Or
this
37,
year.
36, 37.
What year were you born?
September 30th, 1983.
83. So
Yeah. Yeah.
I started managing Randy shortly after that.
Okay.
Wow. Sometime within the next year. I don't remember the month,
Okay.
So
Wow, that's crazy. Well, that's cool that you guys have a big friendship and everything, because and that's deep. I don't know if there's ever been any controversy between you guys or whatever, but the fact that you still stay friends, and because some managers like to screw their talent, so, but it's nice when they don't.
It's a good story for on the interview, but how he forced me to I didn't try to do this job. I had no idea. And what you're saying is why, because he left he didn't re-sign with his contracts. He was in LA and they were all screwing him. His contracts were up. He didn't re-sign. He left LA, moved back to Washington. And I was just sitting in his kitchen with him one day, and he was so disgusted. He said, "Fuck it, I quit the music business.
Oh wow.
I hate the business end of it. I fucking quit." And I said, and it shocked me that he said that, because of how good he is,
Yeah.
And I remember I just looked at him. I said, "You can't quit." And he said, "No, I can quit. What do you mean I can't quit?" I said, "You can't quit. You do something so special that if you quit, you're stealing it from me." And he looked at me and he got I could see him get kind of frustrated, And then all of a sudden he jumped up, he ran into his bedroom, he came running back out to the kitchen with a giant old school Rolodex. I don't even know if you know what that is. It's how we used to keep. So it's this big metal thing, and it had like 4x6 cards that would fit in there. Okay. And there was A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and they just flipped.
Uh-huh.
And that was all your contacts.
Oh, okay, sure.
It was an old school phone book, it was an old school, but it was for businesses. It was big,
Yeah.
And it kept it in a big heavy metal thing that was right there on the desk. And so he popped that down in front of me. He said, "Fine, then you manage me. Call someone." And I said, no, not what I meant at all. I have no idea I've never been in that business in my life, and I'm the last guy should manage you. He said, "That's why. I don't want somebody that thinks they know. You don't know. We'll figure it out."
Yeah. Wow.
And so that's just what you had said. That's what made me say, I better tell you the story now, because that's why we work.
Yeah.
Because he didn't want business. He wanted a friend. He wanted to trust. And I know why now, because like I said, he could never figure out a video call. He doesn't want to have to figure those things out. Sure. That's my job.
Wow, that's cool.
He doesn't want to know anything. He doesn't want to know. The only thing he wants to know is the next gig and when it is. He doesn't want to know the one after that. Doesn't need to know that yet.
Doesn't care about the tour schedule or nothing. Just wants to
doesn't want a schedule. Doesn't want anything.
Okay.
Doesn't. And we have such a friendship that we have thorough trust in each other. So, when I first started doing it, I felt like every time I was about to sign a deal with somebody, I had to take it all to him and show him and go, "Okay, should I do it?" And finally he said, "Stop it. I don't want to see that stuff. I don't want to know none of it. I trust you. You decide." So, which made my job, I can imagine some managing some artists that they'd be so nitpicky, and it'd be a whole nother job taking care of them.
Sure.
No, I make all the decisions. We have complete trust, and yeah, I'm fortunate and he's fortunate.
I've seen a lot of true show documentaries or movies based on musicians where it just like it's always money's always an issue or they just can't get along or somebody's screwing
we,
somebody
we
over
don't
and
we
they
don't
somehow
have
some
much
way.
money, so that's not a
Yeah,
problem.
well, you know, but I'm just saying it's like, all these controversial things. It's like, why the hell would you do all these things? Why, that's why a lot of these bands, were broken up, back in the day, and then they decided to come back together. I mean, Ozzy could have been with Black Sabbath a lot longer if it wasn't been for controversial moments, Yeah.
Right.
So I love music and I always have, and I love real music. I love good music. I don't not much for I like synth music stuff too, but I like good music provided by good artists. So
Well, we just signed a deal. We're releasing a 7-inch vinyl for
yeah.
Christmas.
Ooh.
It's very unique. It's
Uh-huh.
got the B side is just one of Randy's songs.
Yeah.
The A side is kind of a mosh up
Uh-huh.
of, well, you just said Black Sabbath was what making me tell you a story.
Oh, okay.
A mosh up of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
What's some
And
Black Sabbath in there or whatever.
I'm just gonna
you spill the beans before the interview.
well, what it's really going to be called is Rudolph the Red-Nosed War Pig.
Oh, okay.
Now, I don't know if you can hear this, but Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer had a very shiny nose, and if you ever saw it, people even say it glows.
Oh, sure.
Right now,
Yeah,
the whole song fits to Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, start to finish.
Is that something?
So Randy has completely recorded the whole thing all by himself.
Oh, jeez.
And this record label came to us. They heard it and they want it. So they're going to release a little Christmas album, a 7-inch every year or something. He thinks this is going to be his biggest one ever. They're kind of a little punk label.
Okay.
Called Pig Records.
Pig Records. Okay.
Out of Seattle area here.
Sure.
And so it's all being made now. We're in the middle of getting ready to shoot the video for it.
Uh-huh.
And yeah.
Wow. So around Christmas time.
We're keeping that quiet still at the moment, kind of, but we can talk about it on the interview.
Okay. Well, yeah, because what are we going to do? We can't do we can control what you guys record. I mean, Jesus.
The record company's worried that somebody else will get the idea and get it out before us. They're not going to do that.
I don't have that big of a following.
Randy's been doing it live for 3-4 years around Christmas time at our live shows.
Sure. Well, I appreciate this interview. So 3:00 on Monday or on Thursday. Work. That'll be 3:00 my time, 1:00 your time, because right now it's only 11 here, so it's probably only 9 at your place.
You got it.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean that'll be great, and we talk about whatever. I really don't care.
The cool thing about Randy is he's a great guy to interview because he's not just he's not a yeah.
He will. Well, we've talked before. So
he'll take off in directions you'll never even think of. You know what I mean? He's a great interview. Everybody loves to interview him. So
when I interviewed him back in December of 2017, when I was in Rapid City, South Dakota, he was listening to some what was he doing? Listening to some police on YouTube or whatever when we were doing the interview. So he was just waiting for me to call him, at that time. So I remember that. So yeah, it was a fun interview, and I still have it on my archives and everything. But for some reason, the website that I put everything on, all my archive stuff, I don't know, it's just not working or whatever. It's like, so I don't even send the links out to anybody until it starts working again.
Yeah, so. Modern technology. It's good. It's good when it works, but I'm telling you, a lot of times it fails. Okay.
Well, you seem to have a pretty good connection, and I have a good connection. Hopefully, Randy will have a good connection, and that'll make it all smooth. Because we try not to have too many jitters or whatever. Because I've been through that shit before, and it's like it just messes everything.
I mean,
up.
I'll be at Randy's house.
Oh, okay.
And we'll just do it with my phone, and both of us will be on here.
Okay.
I'll put it out on a stand or something.
Sure.
And
That's
and
fine.
then we'll just be in a corner of his house where he's got cool shit on the wall and stuff, you know, guitars hanging and stuff.
That's perfect.
And because really, he can't. There's no way he's gonna. That's the only way we can do it.
And I don't expect him to know anything if you don't know. I mean, as long as he has somebody that can help him. You know, I'm
Yeah.
surprised. I know he has children, doesn't he? Don't they know? Huh?
Oh,
Can they help him with them?
he's got a kid that can do everything. His kid
Okay.
helps him with everything. He helps him with when he does recordings, and then he can't figure out how to. You know, he just recorded it on the hard drive, but he doesn't know now. He doesn't know where it is. He has no idea. His kid will have to come over and fish it all out and figure it all out. You know,
Oh, that's funny. That's funny.
most of the recording stuff he's pretty good at. It's until it comes to like transferring it or
Sure.
something like that, then he's lost. You know.
Sure.
But he's got a kid. He's got a kid who's a great artist and a great musician also.
Okay.
And he can do anything. And he's a great video producer also.
Okay.
You know? We took him to Europe. He made a little video of one of our European tours. You know.
Did he do the documentary that you guys did back in 2018 or whatnot? The 25-minute documentary.
Yes.
Yeah, because I watched that. That was very good.
Through the clubs in Europe.
Yeah.
He did that.
Like
That's all him.
It was like a nice HD presentation. Anyway.
Yeah. He's really good at everything he does. He's amazing art. He's just amazing. He's Randy's kid.
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Randy's daughter is a successful. She writes books.
Oh.
She writes romance novels.
Oh wow.
And she's on like her 6th one now, and she's a successful romance. She's got a big following. And just you know, I ain't got a talented bone in my fucking body. Okay.
Me too. That's why I do this stuff. You know?
That's why, you know, I'm over here. People always, you know, and we're always out there on the road. People come up and say, "Hey man, what do you play?" I said, "I don't play anything. If I played in the band, we would not get paid."
They'd be like, "What the hell is this? This is not what we signed up for."
I play the ink pen.
Yeah.
I'm good with the ink pen, man.
Play the skin flute, right? No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Anyway.
Oh shit.
But yeah, so this will be exciting, and definitely look forward to it. And so thank you, Kevin. I do appreciate it.
No problem. Really thank you. It's the little things like this that all add up to us still doing this.
Oh, absolutely.
You know?
All right, man. Well, we'll talk to you on Thursday, and
it's a plan.
It'll be good.
All right. See you then, my friend.
Yeah, peace.
Over and out.